I'm Glenn Richards, and this is WUFT Amplified, showcasing some amazing local talent for your listening pleasure. On this episode, we're going to meet the Maharajah Flamenco Trio with Silviu Ciulei on guitar and vocals, lead vocals, David Cobb on bass and backing vocals, and Ramin Yazdanpanah on percussion, didgeridoo, and backing vocals. Yes, that's right, didgeridoo. With their first song, Nueva Vida, here's the Maharajah Flamenco Trio on WUFT Amplified.
Así palmeros, aba.
That's the Maharajah Flamenco Trio with Nueva Vida on WUFT Amplified. So tell us how you guys came together.
Match.com. That's where we met.
True story.
Actually, no, we were all in school, actually in Tallahassee. So we met at FSU.
Well,
I don't know if you want to know that. But that's the truth.
yeah.
So we met over there. We were all in school, and we started playing together and decided we didn't dislike each other
Immediately.
immediately.
Right.
Give it time.
So gave it some time. And so now, how many years? 12 years later? 13 years later?
13
14 years?
14? Who's
later?
counting anymore?
We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
Ramin, walk us through what you got going on over there.
Okay, so we talked about the didgeridoo. This is one of the world's oldest instruments because it's from one of the world's oldest living cultures, right? More sustainable culture, the Aboriginals of Australia. In contrast, the handpan is this, which is this instrument here, spaceship. Okay,
We call it the spaceship.
The spaceship.
Yeah.
This was, of course, adapted from the steel drum, right? The Trinidadian Caribbean steel drum. And so this is, I don't know, about 20, 25 years old, this creation here. So it's kind of nice to play them together. One of the world's oldest instruments, one of the world's newer instruments. And then we have the box drum here that I'm sitting on. This is the cajon. This is originally came from Peru, from the Afro-Peruvian tradition. Mm-hmm. And also the cajon and different kind of box drums are played in Afro-Cuban tradition as well. And then one of our heroes, Paco de Lucia, and his band were in Peru, and they saw this instrument, and they were like, we need to have this thing in flamenco. So this was in the 70s, and this is when the cajon entered flamenco, right? They were looking for some kind of percussion sound that could be played that also was good for tight spaces, right? So a drum kit's too big. Even congas can be too big and heavy to carry. So the cajon really worked out perfectly. And so now this is the flamenco cajon.
I thought that was just your seat, man.
Yeah, I know, man. It works
Thought you'd
out.
bring your seat,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Oh,
And so originally though it was actually they were crates. They were shipping crates, right? Just like in Cuba, they make congas from barrels,
Rum barrels.
right? In Peru, they were like, hey, we're sitting around. No one's suspecting that we're having a good time and playing music, right? We're just kind of taking a break from work. So it's kind of cool how like culture and music you can't keep it down, right? It's just gonna bloom into something else beautiful. This is a frame drum from Turkey. I got this in Istanbul, and then the chimes are just from another dimension here, right? They came
with the spaceship.
Yeah, it was a portal. They came
It's
through
just
a
magic.
portal. And
just
of
magic.
course, this beautiful cymbal, which is interestingly, these are kind of, all from the same area. The cymbals, they make beautiful cymbals in Turkey as well. Salud. So yeah, that's a little bit of what's going on here. And we put them together again because flamenco, I think, kind of allows that, right? The genre does, because it's just such a mix of, throughout history and culture, civilizations has come to this, created this music genre. So I think that's why it really kind of fits with everyone. We're all educators, we're all musicians, we all speak, different languages and travelers. So it just feels really kind of oddly natural, actually, for us to play this, style of music.
It's the right soundtrack.
It is, yeah.
that's true.
All right, cool. So here to share more awesomeness is the Maharajah Flamenco Trio with Vamos Destino on WUFT Amplified. That's Dariya from the Maharajah Flamenco Trio on WUFT Amplified. You can find out more about WUFT Amplified and see past episodes at wuft.org/amplified. I'm Glenn Richards. Thank you to the MF Trio for being here and performing. Thank you for checking us out. We'll see you next time.
Wow, good job.